What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video. This time my 12,000 subscriber special. Yeah, that went fast. The last time I did my 11,000 subscriber special. So yeah, definitely thank you for the support. And to somewhat celebrate this special occasion, I had some cross-format duels again. This time with again a new some sort of monarch deck, but this time it's the Substitoad Frogmonarch deck. Pretty much one of the first decks where monarchs and frogs were combined. The decklist is from 2010 and is of course based on Swap Treeborn, Ronin Toad and Dupe Frog, and more importantly Substitoad. If you don't know what Substitoad does, Substitoad is one of the most broken cards in the game. At least it has a broken mechanic. During your own turn you can tribute one monster. Either one monster you control, for example a Ronin Toad, or thanks to Soul Exchange or Break Control you can tribute your opponent's monsters and then special summon one frog from your deck, and you can use Substitoad's effect multiple times each turn, so there's no restriction. So with this you can mill your whole deck and end, for example, with the Dupe Frog lock, like special summon multiple Dupe Frogs so your opponent cannot attack. Yeah, this was one of the advantages the deck had back then. And of course, Substitoad was one of the reasons why Frog FTK with Mass Driver was pretty much one of the most consistent FTKs in this game's history. Okay, so the first cross-format matchup is against Synchro Cat. Maybe familiar, Rescue Cat, currently banned of course. Was because of this format. In 2009, this is pretty much a fairly standard Synchro Cat deck list. So the point of the deck is to OTK, very simply, OTK your opponent with the Heavy Storm, Giant Tornado, Cold Wave, stun their back row and go for the standard Summoner Monk play. Discard the spell, special summon another Summoner Monk and go for Rescue Cat and tribute them, or tribute your cat and go for double Air Bellum, and then attack with everything, or depending on the field, go for double Dark Strike Fighter, deal a lot of damage, and of course clear or seal the deal with the burn damage of Dark Strike Fighter, which was at 3 at the moment. And Cold Wave, multiple dualities, a crush card, all the power cards of that format. Anyway, let's see some duels. So the first duel against Synchro Cat, I believe he gets to start, and looking at that hand, for that time of the format, that was an amazing hand. The Mystic Tomato, the Crush card of course, the Duality. Then looking at my hand, pretty much the first thing you want to do if you have the possibility is to mill all your frogs. You don't want to leave dead frogs in your grave. So the point of this lock, or the point of Substitoad, was get it on the field, tribute your monsters, and Substitoad itself is not a frog, but you can send dead Substitoads from your deck to the grave thanks to your swap. So with this you can just clear your deck, empty your deck of dead frogs, and at the same time set up Treeborn. And most of the time what I like to do is of course set up your Dupe Frog lock. Like when you have multiple Dupe Frogs in defense, your opponent cannot attack them. Since one Dupe Frog says you need to attack you need to attack the Dupe Frog. But if you have multiples, your opponent cannot attack. And what I most of the time like to do is leave one swap on the field. Since obviously we don't have any exceeds in during the Substitoad format. So and also leaving that swap on the field leaves you the possibility to tribute or to bounce back a used monarch, because your opponent cannot attack the swap obviously. Soul Exchange the Styles, one of the best moves in this game's history, which was pretty much always a +1, and it gives you of course the 2400 beat stick on the field in the form of the Stalos. Then he has no hand thanks to the Stalos, so set the Spiritual Water Art, also pretty much a confiscation at that time, since by tributing a water you can just look at your opponent's hand. You can look at your opponent's hand and discard one card, and pretty much ripping their hand apart thanks to the Stalos and Spiritual Water Art. We know Skateboard is a quick play spell card, so we can chain that to the Spiritual Water Art. A bit unfortunate, but we can just attack over them. Drawing a Light and Darkness Ring would be nice here. Yeah, attack over the tokens, and I think he's going to draw a useless brain control, seeing as he has, I believe, the crush card set. Luckily no dark, since yeah, that would obviously cripple me because of all the high attack monsters. Next, he gets to start only with 5 cards. We forgot to check the TCG rulings at that moment. Yeah, not that big of a deal. My 6th card is a swap. No, it's a Ronin Totem, and if you don't see the opportunity to set up your Dupe Frog lock, yeah, the thing you want to do is just normal summon your Substitoad to tribute itself for the swap, mill the Reborn and bounce back to swap. Here he could definitely go for game, but seeing as he might have expected Battle Fader, but yeah, that Giant Grenade would have been a useless spell either way, so he definitely should have gone for the second Summoner Monk and used that effect to discard in the Giant Grenade and go for the Rescue Cat here. And yeah, here he would have definitely won the game with his Dark Strike fighters and the burn damage. But yeah, either way I lost like 2 cards with both Air Bellums. But I can make a comeback thanks to Brain Control. Brain Control also banned at this moment, so 800 life points, take over his Arcanite, blow up his Mystic Tomato, and yeah, get Light and Darkness Dragon on board. I believe he has 2 Darks in his grave, yeah, but yeah, the Light and Darkness Dragon is going to pretty much seal up the duel, unless he draws into another Dark, so he can set it, and yeah, make his Dark Armed live. Yeah, here, if you're wondering, if I attack into his empty field and if he activates Gorse, Gorse will remain in the hand because yeah, Light and Darkness Dragon only negates, it does not destroy the cards. So attack for 2, 3, and he's left with 100, so I'm like, he must have all 3 monsters in hand. So get the Styles on board and deal some burn damage, so game over. So that was pretty sweet. Okay, the next deck list. The deck you see here is called T-Hero or Destiny Hero Beatdown. It's the deck is from 2007, and this is Shane Scurry's deck list from Shonen Jump Minneapolis. I'll leave a link in the video description, so feel free to check it out. You can find it on the old metagame.com website. The point of this deck was to OTK. Pretty simple, Stratos, Cyber Dragon, Guard Trooper, Malicious. The deck was very well known to have a lot of speed and clear your opponent's field with Snipe Hunter, for example, and go for the OTK. And power cards of this format was definitely, of course, the Crush card, but also the Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis was too good because of Malicious, since you can just banish a Malicious Engrave, special summon another one from your deck, and go Metamorphosis to special summon powerful fusions, for example Ryo Senshi to block your opponent's traps, and yeah, you can just attack for game. So that was the point of that time playing T-Hero or Destiny Hero Beatdown. Yeah, okay, let's see some duels. I think I get to start here, not sure. Yeah, I get to start. So my opening hand, okay, 3 frogs, not that great. So I think here just the better move to normal summon your swap, and of course the Reborn. Then looking at his hand, he's going to set the Ring of Destruction, also currently banned. Here I keep Heavy Storm. I don't want to make my Heavy Storm a 1-for-1. Maybe I should have activated the Heavy Storm, since I pretty much know his deck list, and yeah, his back row was definitely either Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, or something like that. So maybe I kept the Styles would have been on the field either way here. Then I go for Ronin Totem, since I know obviously T-Hero or Destiny Hero Beatdown can easily OTK the opponent from nowhere with the Destiny Hero Malicious and so on. So I don't want to take the risk and set up my Ronin Totem as a defense, or as some sort of defense. He goes for Jinzo, but yeah, seeing that he does only has 4,800 left, and I think the deck doesn't run any hand traps. Yeah, Gorse and so on wasn't released at the moment, so I can guess. and attack for 4-8 for game. So that was a very quick duel. Then another game against the same deck. He opens with Destiny Hero Malicious, pretty much the best opening, next to normal summon Stratos and Search of Malicious and go for Destiny Draw and so on. So Troop is going to set up his grave. I don't think he mills something too important. I brain control his card Trooper here. I could have milled 3 cards, but as said, I think it's more important to go for the Dupe Frog lock. And yeah, all of my 3 Dupe Frogs are still in the deck, so why not? So again, the point of the Substitoad engine and the point of all the special summons is to clear your deck, empty your deck of all the useless frogs, and with your swap send your Substitoads to the grave. And yeah, eventually you will end with you enter the field with 3 Dupe Frogs, and of course the swap on the field first deals some extra damage. With the Substitoad in the main phase 2, yeah, Substitoad tribute itself for the last Dupe Frog. So that's pretty nice. You don't have any dead useless Treeborns or Frogs you can draw. So it's pretty much yeah, either Monarchs or Tribute Fodder you can draw. Here he's lucky with his Snipe Hunter. You know, if you played Snipe Hunter yourself, you will always, your die roll always will land on 1 or 6. At least in my case, if I remember it correctly. So he's able to get himself out of the lock. But yeah, he needed to discard a lot of cards to get rid of the lock. So I think, okay, I pretty much have the game in the bag, but that's definitely not the case, as you will see in a few moments. I discard the Metamorphosis. That's a big blow for him, seeing that he does have a Malicious in his grave. So he would have been able to go for a Fusion Summons. Yeah, Fusion Summon with Metamorphosis. He's going to search out his Disc Commander, also currently banned because you can abuse it like crazy with Call of the Hunted, Premature Burial back then. So draw into Chaos, and here, after a lot of thinking, I eventually went with the Stalos, seeing that he does play Destiny Draws and so on. With the Disc Commander would have been live with Destiny Draw if he was able to draw that. And so I went for the Stalos over Chaos because of this. And yeah, seeing that the chances of him having a possible Call of the Hunted set was smaller than having the Destiny Draw. So that's why I went for the Stalos. He draws into Jinzo, and that's why the deck played Dasher back then. Just in case if you manage to draw your Jinzo or your Dark Magician of Chaos, you can easily get it on board thanks to Destiny Hero Dasher. Yeah, thanks to its graveyard effect that is. So attack over his tokens, set the Spiritual Water Art to rip his draw card from the hand. So I think again, okay, I pretty much have the game in the bag. I should have, I should win this. No questions asked. Draw into Econ. I cannot attack for game. Yeah, I would have been able to deal some damage like with set 1-for-1, since 1-for-1 is pretty much useless now. But he rips Pot of Avarice, and we know a Rip Pot of Avarice is always like that sweet, delicious top deck from the opponent. And what the hell, he draws into Premature Burial and the Crush card. That's freaking disgusting. He can Premature Burial back his Disc Commander, draw 2 cards, and set his Crush card. Like, what? That was bullcrap. And he's able to get a Crush card off. Everything is destroyed. But luckily, I did draw into Light and Darkness Dragon, and Light and Darkness Dragon is destroyed. So I can use this Monster Reborn effect, and we're still in the standby phase, so Reborn is special summon. So I try to attack for a game, but he has Call of the Haunted, so he can special summon his Demok. But yeah, luckily, enemy control is a quick play spell, so I can take control of the Demok and still attack for a game. So really close. He almost managed to sneak away, get that steal victory here in this duel. But yeah, definitely an excellent game. Okay, the next deck is Dino Rabbit from a few years ago. Yeah, from 2 years ago, 2012. For everyone who knows the deck, Dino Rabbit is pretty much one of the best decks in this game's history. Massive beatdown, massive advantage with your Rescue Rabbit and Tour Guide, of course. You normal summon your Rabbit, banish it to special summon 2 normals, attack for some damage, or either go for either Lagia or Dolka, one of the best exceeds in this game. And yeah, eventually revive your banished rescue rabbit with the tour guide combination. Go for Livier, again make the Dolga or Lagia, and yeah, seal the duel with your massive back row like Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Venus Chain, and so on. The decklist you see here is Stefan Sla's decklist from Wysias Leipzig. I believe he was playing 41 cards back then, so there's one card different from his list. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's see some duels. I think he gets to start. No, No, he gets to start indeed. And yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he pretty much has the best opening hand. Opens, yeah, normal summoning the Rescue Rabbit, banish it to go for the Lagia, standard play. Yeah, although he does not have any kind of back row, but that Lagia is pretty much a Solemn Judgment. Here he can negate the summon with Lagia, but yeah, I think he makes the correct move, not negating the summon. And he also draws a Maxi. Sadly, I'm not able to play Maxi in my deck, since yeah, Maxi was not legal in 2010. But yeah, that will definitely help me in this matchup. And this is yeah, pretty much the bullshit from back then in 2012, the Dino Rabbit deck. You first turn you banish your rescue your rescue rabbit, apologies, and during your next turn you go for the tour guide combination with Livier, revive your rescue rescue rabbit, and go for either the second Lagia or Dolka. He makes a good move, goes for Dolka, since Dolka can negate both Battle Fader and Course. Here I'm forced to econ and lure out the Lagia, or yeah, lure out the Forbidden Lens. If he has Forbidden Lens, I think it's pretty much game over already. I'm forced to soul exchange this Dolka, since now I'm in a pretty decent position. Bounce back is Livier, not a great move, but I think bouncing back is Livier was much more important than bouncing back is Lagia. But yeah, yes, Monster Reborn. It's also a ridiculous card. He makes the Dolka, which is the correct move. He doesn't run. Yeah, he doesn't want to run into Gorse. Since seeing, I think he has the Starlight Road, yeah, the Heavy Storm and the Torrential, which are useless against the high attack Gorse, of course. Yeah, I believe also at that time I was in 2012 I was running Vanity's Fiend in the main deck, which was excellent at that moment, since yeah, Monarchs trigger on summon. So Dolga can negate those, but Dolga cannot negate continuous effects like, for example, Vanity's Fiend. So yeah, Vanity's Fiend can just attack over the Dolga without the fear of being negated, right? But yeah, no chance right there. And this second game is a very long game, as you'll see. Thanks to the Duel Frog lock, he's not able to attack my monsters. So yeah, pretty much the same moves. Empty your deck, send all the useless frogs to the grave, and end your field with the Duel Frog lock. And yeah, use my extra normal summon to summon the Duel Frog, just in case he has something like Book of Moon. And yeah, he can, yeah, if he does have a Book of Moon, he can just book one of my Duel Frogs and attack the other one, right? No Monarchs, so I have to wait patiently. He's going to MST, random MST one of my back rows, and I think I had Water Art indeed. So Water Art, one of his cards, discard the Guaiba, but yeah, he's still able to go for Lagia. No, he's going for Dolka. So that hints that he might have a Forbidden Lens set. So 3-1 and special summoned again. So here my only outs against Dolka are either the 3 enemy controllers, the 3 Soul Exchange, and the Brain Control. So I don't have any other option, and yeah, just wait. I cannot. I don't want to waste my Monarchs, for example. I don't want to go Chaos and him negating my Chaos. But yeah, then again, I'm giving him a lot of time to draw into his power cards. Power cards like yeah, obviously Rescue Rabbit. Draw into the Stalls, not a card I need. Again, I'm giving him a lot of time, and there it is, of course. Yeah, after some turns, he draws into the Rescue Rabbit, so he special summons both his Cabazools, and I believe yeah, he goes for the Lagia. And here I think I draw into Soul Exchange. Yes, Soul Exchange, one turn too late. So I waited out a bit. I don't want to reveal that I have a Soul Exchange or an enemy controller just yet. My next draw is the Light and Darkness Dragon. Again, yeah, Soul Exchange, obviously to lure out the Lagia. I have the possibility to go for Light and Darkness Dragon, but seeing that Dino Rabbit does run like double Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment and so on, and yeah, of course the massive back row, yeah, Light and Darkness Dragon is, it's pretty much sure that Light and Darkness Dragon won't survive. And at the same time, yeah, I would lose my Duel Frog lock. There is the bullshit combination again of Tour Guide and yeah, Rescue Rabbit. He goes for Livier, Reborn since Rescue Rabbit, and I believe he's going for a second Lagia. Yeah, it's pretty much a stall fest at the moment, but I have to wait. He still has that Dolga, so I have to wait for an enemy controller or a soul exchange. And here again, the enemy controller, one turn too late. So I target this Dolga. He makes a good move, he goes for Book of Moon. This way he still has that Lagia with 2 materials. And yeah, that Maxi for the 1-for-1. Bring back that 3-1 frog. And yeah, again, apologies, I'm forced to pass. And here, it was the mind controls, is able to rip open my field. Because yeah, he's going to mind control on Duke Frog, finishing the other one. So he's able to attack over my my wall. And this is not good, since he does have, he still has that Dolga, the Lagia with the materials. I draw into Soul Exchange. Okay, one of the better draws I could have. So I think I'm going to Soul Exchange here to lure out the Lagia, which is indeed the case. But yeah, now I cannot wait any longer. So I have to force out his Dolga negate. Yeah, one of his materials, one of his negations effect. And special summon swap. To have some defense, I don't want to maybe give information that I have Fader or Gorse. But yeah, he still has that one negation possibility with Dolga. And sadly, yeah, Exceeds weren't out yet at the moment. Otherwise, I would have been able to go for Gachi, for example. Here, yeah, maybe I should have kept the Gorse. Yeah, both Gorse and Fader, and wait for next turn. Looking at his back row, go for the Monarch now, which he would have negated with the Dolga, and yeah, maybe next turn drop the Gorse. But yeah, seeing that he has a warning set, it wouldn't have mattered either way. And I believe he also has the Solemn Judgment set, so this is obviously game over. I can stall for a bit, but yeah, the Dino Rabbit deck in general is just a lot better than Substitoad Frogmonarchs because of the gazillion power cards the deck has. So I try to attack over the sleeve, yeah, and of course, yeah, the Mirror Force, so I lose my Testalo, special summon the Ronin, but that's not going to save me. I think he's going to attack for gain with the Jurak Waiba, yeah, taking over the Fader, and yeah, the rest of the monsters can deal enough damage. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, but yeah, I'm pretty much no match against Dino Rabbit. Okay, the last deck is yeah, also one of the most well-known decks in this game's history. Yeah, the deck is called Diamond Tooth Turbo. It might ring a bell. This is a decklist of Chris Perovic. Chris Perovic. My apologies if I pronounce his name incorrectly. This is a decklist he used at Shonen Jump Costa Mesa, which he ended up taking the 2nd place. I believe he lost to Lazaro Belido, if I'm not mistaken. The point of Diamond 2 Turbo, the deck is from, I believe, 2008. Yeah, 2008. The point of the deck is to mill your deck, pretty much mill your deck with Monster Gate and Reasoning. So set up your grave, and yeah, eventually get your Stratos as a first turn with your Rota, with your E-Calls indeed. But yeah, the point of the deck was to mill your swords, your blade, your spell card. And when your blade is in the grave, you can banish 2 warrior types from your grave to add the blade back to your hand. So at this, yeah, blade was important because it's discard fodder for example, magical stone excavation. But more importantly is that you need to banish 2 warriors. So yeah, at the same time, you're setting up your dimension fusion, and that's the point of the deck. You want to set up your grave and your banished pile, and abuse your Dark Magician of Chaos, and of course Dark Arm Dragon. And yeah, one of the most broken cards in the game, Dimension Fusion, as you will see in the duels. Okay, so the first game, I think he gets to start, yeah, and yeah, he has the best opening hand. He gets the Stratos searched out, I believe the Dasher, Allure. So yeah, thin your deck, go for Plasma. Oh yeah, at least he's going to banish his Plasma. Set a 3-1, nothing too special. But yeah, I think it is pretty much, yeah, he's going to establish a nice field, I believe. Got a card destruction, and this is not good, since I think I had double Battle Fader in hand, and he also saw that, so he knows I only have 1 Fader left and 1 Gorse left, and yeah, I believe his only monsters in the deck are still the 1 Jinzo, 1 Diamond Tooth, I believe, and yeah, the Dark Magician of Chaos. So he's going to reborn his Stratos and equip the blade to it, the sword, so it's now in the grave. And yeah, the second monster gate is pretty much a guaranteed Dark Magician of Chaos. And there is the Dimension Fusion, which is going to reborn with the Demok, which is going to, yeah, there it is, of course. I think one of his only monsters left, outside to leave a Diamond Tooth. So he gets back his Dimension Fusion and setting up his grave with the monster reincarnation. He gets back the Dark Arm. Yeah, 3 Darks. Very disgusting. And yeah, he knows that I already discarded 2 Faders, and this is exactly 8,000 damage. He really, he didn't really need his Dimension Fusion. Yeah, that is how disgusting the deck was back then. It was super consistent. Okay, the last tool. Again, pretty much the moves we already know. So Substitoad is going to get all the frogs out of the deck, use my Ronin Totem to set up my Dupe Frog lock, which is some defense. And looking at my hand, the Light and Darkness Dragon, very important against this matchup because of all the spells. And yeah, pretty much the 0 traps, 0 outs to it. So yeah, at least he needs to waste a lot of cards to get rid of it. So there's a Dupe Frog lock, leave the swap on the field to possibly bounce back Monarchs or deal some extra damage since he cannot attack the swap. He has 3 Allures in hand, crazy. He hopes to draw into another monster, but he doesn't. So he's forced to pass here, draw into the Water Art. I have 2 options. I can go for either Testalos, rip 1 spell and set the Water Art, or yeah, I think here the better move was to just go for Light and Darkness Dragon and block his ability to set up his grave, mill through his deck with Reasoning, Monster Gate and so on, and get that Light and Darkness Dragon on board to pretty much, I think, yeah, to pretty much secure my victory already. So get in for 280, drops to 42. He's going to draw another spell, yeah, set again another spell. And I know the deck does not play any kind of back row, so this should be a game over. Light and Darkness Dragon is going to, is going to negate the Stalos, but this is still going to be enough to attack for a game. So yeah, MVP Light and Darkness Dragon. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, this was Substitoad Frogmonarchs in a nutshell against some of the better decks from this game's history. Hopefully, yeah, it was a bit amusing to watch. Yeah, the video is already long, but yeah, guys, thanks again for the 12,000 subscribers, and as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Leak them signing out. Peace.